power that's coming from here, I need to put it in another induction port. And I'm going to make it... It has to connect to... I think of it has to connect to this one. Let me think here. If I were to go over the top like that, or I could change the shape of... I might just want to do just that. Change the shape of the induction matrix so that I can connect part of the wall to the port, to the induction provider, and put it in a new induction port. And I may be able to amp up the size of this thing too, like inside. So that's what I'm going to do here. And just put this in here. And then, why is it doing this? Oh wait, because it's not formed yet. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than just because it felt like it. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to... Now I was going to use wood. Here we go. And then... Did I straight up not put anything here? Okay, so I got structural glass here. And okay, maybe if I put another 4 on here. Can I afford that? Let me see, 5 this way. No. All right. Then I'll connect to here, and yeah, there we go. That works. I mean, yeah, I got structural glass, and actually, I can probably take some more structural glass out and add another induction port in there. I hadn't thought of that, because I still got the spare one here. Around here, if I were, do I have, no, the problem is that I don't have 8 of these, and I'd need 8 more of these to extend this by another level. I'm just shy of it, though. I was positive it had a door lying around here somewhere. Maybe it was in here. I did put one in here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Actually, I think I'm storing stone somewhere too. There we go. Now, as far as I could tell, there was never any problem with the coolant, although, let me just double check something. It's possible there was, and I missed it. Okay, yeah, it's not damaged. If it was, even a little bit, it means all the coolant ran out, and, well, the plant started taking damage. And I can't really afford to have that happen, can I? So I've got some deep slate here. I doubt it's enough to make to completely wall this place off, though. But I can use the plant's hint and the turbine themselves as walls. And yeah, and then I can start from the top down. Like that. There. Of course, I am going to have to extend this a little bit, make some access for my oh yeah, I gotta wall this off too, for my fuel tank. Speaking of which, oh yeah, that's a little too much, much at once, isn't it? Yeah, this place does need to have walls, but there's nothing saying that the buildings themselves can't be walls, especially with this port here. And the ultimate energy cube can still act as sort of a junction box. It can supply the demand we have for power. I'll hang one of these lanterns here. I don't have a whole lot of deep slate left, though, do I? I suppose I can just dig what I can. Not the most impressive use of my atomic disassembler, is it? But it's pragmatic, and that's what really matters. So yeah, we've made polonium pellets, we've made plutonium pellets, and I don't intend to turn this thing on until I've come up with enough fuel. Actually, come to think of it, yeah, I didn't think it would give me any radioactivity, but maybe I could give it another shot. I've still got a hefty amount of fuel. I'll put these away, and then I'm going to see where the limit actually is as far as burn rate's concerned, and where exactly the bottleneck is per se. Is it the yeah? As soon as I put the fuel back, it switches on immediately. This is not a bad thing. So where do we leave off? Let me just check this for a second. Okay, the coolant's holding steady. I was hoping it would hold steady. And there isn't any building up in the turbine casing. So I'm going to keep walking this up to 6. Coolant is still holding steady. No power buildup. 7. How's the coolant? Still holding steady. No power buildup. The production is like 200. The input is that plus everything else that's giving power. Well, I guess what I ought to do is connect this a bit more directly to no. And how is this solar neutron activator? Okay, it seems to be handling things too. I was a bit concerned there. 8. 471 kelvins. 9. 484 kelvins. No coolant dropping. 10. 496. Now I think 600 is considered running hot-ish. I mean, it's manageable anyway. That's why I'm going up by millibucket per tick intervals. We've got 11. Now up to 508. It doesn't exactly tell you how much. Oh yeah, it's not going to tell you how much power. It doesn't put out any power, but oh yeah, and the steam buffer, that's holding steady too. But if it starts going up, I'm in trouble as well. I shouldn't be too concerned about power production being a bottleneck anymore, should I? Or at least not right now. 12. 13. 14. 15. Power. The steam that it's handling per tick is getting a bit high, to be honest, but well, not too high. Where were we? Oh yeah, 16. Now we're at 570. I'm going to make a hard stop at 600. 17. 582. 18. 595. Okay, the next increment is probably going to cross 600, and I'd rather not have it do that. Just for safety's sake, or maybe for paranoia's sake. But yeah, you can see the turbine. It's really going now. The input is 500,000 FEs. And if you look here, we're making polonium at a pretty fair clip. Wait, are we? Oh. Let me switch the override in. Yeah, that override is meant for sunny days like this. If it's raining out in the middle of the day, we're out of fuel again. Well, no reason to be too concerned about that. At least now I know what the... at least now I know just how high is high for the burn rate. Well, I consider this experiment a success. I suppose now all I gotta do is wall the area off. Because if phantoms can get in, then creepers probably can too. There is another part to the reactor assembly. I don't know whether I'll use it or not, but I might as well put the thing together just in case. It's a thermoelectric boiler, and I believe I have all the raw materials for it. Let's see. I need boiler casing, first of all. That's 80 plus 8. Yeah, I'll need 88 of them. 88 boiler casings, because I need 4 boiler valves as well. Now for those 88, I need 88 steel and 22 iron. Well, however, I've just gotten finished making the raw, the steel ingots and such for it, so it shouldn't be. Here we go. 64, 68, 72, 76, 80, then 2 more. I'll need 2 advanced. I know I have some spare circuitry in here. Yeah. So that's 2 advanced control circuits to make the ports with. Like that. 78 structural glass. Well, I should have some structural glass left. Yeah. Now if I can... 78 minus 6 is 72. So let me see how that recipe goes for structural glass. Yeah, just glass. 72 steel, and then 72 divided by 4, that's 18 glass. And I've got both right here. Let me just put that together. There we go. Exactly 78. And then 9 superheating elements and 9 pressure dispersers. Now, for superheating elements, we need steel casings, so we need 9 of them. Now that involves Let me see, 4 steel per casing, 4 glass per casing, but don't worry, I got enough of that too. And 1 osmium. There we are. And the rest is just redstone and copper. And we got plenty of those too. And that's the superheating element. And finally, well, you remember the pressure dispersers, right? We need 9 of them. Which means I need 1 more redstone. 1 of these. While I'm up here, I've started making more biofuel. I need the biofuel for high density polyethylene. Might as well keep that going. Come on. Put this in here. Actually, this is its last couple of iterations. I gotta clear off some space. There we go. And that should be finished. And for pressure dispersers, we also need 36 iron bars and 36 steel ingots. What do I have in terms with regards to iron bars? Yeah, I got enough iron bars. Thanks to that visit to the Twilight Forest. Surprisingly enough. And the steel, where am I keeping that? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, and I need a 9th one of these, but I got one right here. And there. That's all the parts for a thermoelectric boiler, which is, you guessed it, another 5x5x9 structure, which I can probably put here. Maybe I'll fill this in here and here with, yeah, good in a pinch. So there's a bit of a conundrum here involving where to put this thing. Because I'm going to need water coming from, steam going to the turbine and water coming from it, but the water is connected to the thermoelectric boiler if I were to implement it, and the steam, well, actually, the reactor heats up superheated sodium. The superheated sodium is used to boil the water, so the steam will be coming from the boiler too. I guess what I'd end up doing is connecting the steam over this way? Like, going up? It's kind of hard to visualize what it is I'm doing here. But theoretically, I should be able to cut all. I should be able to have two parallel mechanism conduits right next to each other without any actual, without having to necessarily connect them. Let me just demonstrate here what I'm talking about. This will do. Basic pressurized tubes. For sake of arguments, let's say these are the ultimate pressurized tubes. I'm putting one of them this way and one of them that way. Now we can't have them connecting to each other, can we? But you can configure them so that they disconnect. Just like that. See, they're right next to each other, but they're not connected.